Professor of Wildlife, and I'm here as a consultant for InGen at Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is InGen's latest creation. They have used DNA sampling and techniques to actually clone and recreate dinosaurs for the spectacle of the entire world. Now you see, this is a new creation, a new spectacle in the science world. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to personally take you on a tour on my TV show, sponsored by NBC, across the entire Jurassic Park. Are you ready? Now, as I'm walking through the park, it may just look like an ordinary backyard. This is just the resort part. That's the pool. If you see over there, there are people swimming in the resort pool. But see, past the resort part is a wild and massive dinosaurs. Huge ones and little ones and, oh, just a ridiculous amount. As for right now, we're just going to sample some of the plants, because that's the first part on our tour. Here we come on an early species of the blackberry. These boys aren't poisonous though, as many plants were back in the Jurassic period. They were indigenous to that time period, and they still stand now. Here we have the wild apple. These guys aren't fully grown yet, so they're still an ugly, rotten, tiny, sour thing. Some ferns. Crikey! Look at these guys! This is what the haplosaurs like to feed on. Haplosaurs are duck-billed dinosaurs, and they're herbivores. They usually tend to be by the water's edge, but they will venture off just for these. Yum! Here we come upon our first dinosaur. It's an early species of the crocodile. Now I can't get too close, but I might be able to hold the camera down over it, because behind those bars is a 28-foot-long, gigantic crocodile thing. Oh, gotta go, go. It's coming. Now see, I'm a very, as you would call, tough field agent of the science world. So I like to get right up and close and personal with these species, these plants. And I think the dinosaurs respect me for that, because I'm not afraid to come near them. Oh wow, look at this! Oh man, some larger dinosaur must have been through here and crushed down some of this plant. Look at this, this is an ancient species of maize, also known as corn nowadays. Do you see? Right there. There's an obvious footprint curvature. See the heel? Went back in there. Probably shouldn't touch it. It's my DNA on the dinosaur DNA. But see, there's an obvious curvature. See, it looks like it must have had a triangle-shaped foot. See? This kind of pattern. Left a lot of wreckage. Now I'm making it back on the beaten path after finding all that wreckage. Okay, here we go. Back on the trail. Now we have to be very careful here. We must stay on the path because this molten lava. Now, easy. And now see, if we hop some of these bigger, blacker rocks, and then we can hop back onto the path and, oh my goodness, what is this? Wow, this is the prehistoric Dillosaurus. Lives on water and land. See, this little buddy, I'm not going to touch him. He scooches along on his underside, across the sand and rock to the water. But when he's on land, he finds his food. Look at that. What a spectacle. Let's see what we can find next. We're back on the path. Okay, let's follow this around. Beautiful plants. And oh my goodness gracious. What is this? This looks like the Grumpysaurus. See, this little guy was very native to the Cretaceous time period. Notice they're friendly, but they get grouchy. They get all the time. See this little guy? Notice his shiny skin and his eyes. See the yellow golden ring around his eyes? It means he's asleep. His yellow underbelly. Wow, it's incredible. We're finding so many today. What can we find next? Now, as you may be able to see, these electric fences were put in to make sure that the dinosaurs do not cross into other people's borders and they stay away from the humans at the resort. They usually work pretty well, so I've heard. But wait, what is this? There's a gap. Something must have gone through. Looks about the size for a python or a Pystagomosaurus. Look. Claw damage. Something obviously just took a claw right out of there. You see that? This is how dangerous dinosaurs are. That's why we have to be careful. Over here, I'm not going to get too close. It's disgusting. You see a pile of Brontosaurus droppings. Ugh, yeah. Keep trekking on. Now, as I am climbing through the brush, I'm making my way through the deeper part of the park, the part where no one's supposed to be through. But considering I am a scientist, a professor scientist, I get special credits that allow me to go in. Gotta go through some more brush. It seems I've stumbled upon the Jurassic Park ride. Today we will ride in these Jeeps, or in this case, Nissan Xterras, and we will go and look through the whole park. It just takes us on a journey right around. Let's board. This looks nice enough. And here we go. Look out the window right now. You can actually see a whole bunch of landscape passing by. Well, it seems to me the ride has actually stopped. I'm gonna check out a 6 Stegosaurus. Let's go check it out. Just look at this specimen. This is the great Stegosaurus. Look at these glorious spines on the back. Wow. Oh man, look at that tail. Look at the bristles. This Stegosaurus is actually anesthetized, so I can pet it and inspect it and anything I want to. Look at this. Look at this tail. Look at those. That is actually fairly soft for a dinosaur. See, look at the thin, muscular tail and how it branches out from the body so nicely. Look at those scales. These spines on the back could very well puncture a human skull. And there's the tail. Now, look at this. So, the disease that the Stegosaurus has actually is it has somehow misplaced its head. So we're trying to find. In the meanwhile, now look at these magnificent legs. Oh, do you see those feet? Do you see the claws going out right there? Man, look at those feet. Those are just, they're kind of smooth and pebble feeling, kind of rough. Very, very incredible. And this, see, its green plaid coat keeps away all the other animals because he blends in and camouflages. And look at this. Right by the Stegosaurus, mighty Stegosaurus, we find a pile of Tyrannosaur droppings. Now see, the Tyrannosaurus only eats fluorescent green and yellow foods so that they actually secrete's not the right word, excrete these sort of ball-shaped, neon, fuzzy poop things. Here, I'm gonna pick it up and smell it and see where he went. He went due north. Alright guys, due north, right this way, tracking the Tyrannosaur. Just like before, we are walking right off the beaten path out into the wild. Now, in dense forested areas like this, it's a little bit difficult to get around. You have to go through a whole bunch of trees and things to make your way through. And it makes it much more difficult to spot the creatures as well. Get down, everybody. Shh. This, look at this. Do you see it? Right over there in that garden section in the maze, there's actually a Tyrannosaur. Let's get a closer look. You're sneaking up on the Tyrannosaur and closer to the Tyrannosaur. Right through this corn maze is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we must make it through. Where? Right, coming up. Holy! Ah! Run! You gotta get away. Back to the ride. So, I'm sitting in the infirmary because I just got chased down by a T-Rex. And as you may or may not be able to see, he got me a little bit on this side of my cheek. I really hope I got a good shot of him. I can see the light. You can see the light. Well, that was an eventful day here at Jurassic Park. I'm so glad I visited. Not sure if I'll actually be able to get off the island, but my cameraman's camera's dying, and the boat's coming in 18 hours. We'll just have to see what has to happen. Power's out. Well, it's a wild time on my wild adventure with all of you. Hope this makes TV. Oh my gosh, Velociraptor!